Hello all, welcome to my channel Weight Lecture. Today we will discuss multiple choice questions on veterinary surgery. Okay. Question number first. Guttural pouch is present in options A, cattle, options B, donkey, option C, pig, options D, dog. The right answer is options B, that is donkey. We all know that guttural pouch is actually presents in Equidae family, which include that horse, donkey, zebra, extra. And here is one term that is chondroid. Chondroid is nothing. Sometimes the guttural pouches fill with pus due to infections, and after that absorptions of that water from that pus, during remaining that thick and that insipid pus granules will be formed, and that is known as chondroid. Okay. Questions number 2. Atropine sulfate is the options A, diuretic, options B, sedative, option C, vagal suppressant, or options D, cardiotonic. The right answer is options C, that is vagal suppressants. Okay. Atropine sulfate is actually anti-parasympathetic agents. Okay, that's a parasympathetic antagonist. Okay, so it have similarly that anti-muscarinic effect, and it's also used as anti-salivary agents because it reduces salivations, and it also given as an antidote for organophosphate poisoning too. Questions number 3. Which of the following suture material is badly damaged by autoclaving? Options A, polyglycolic acid. Options B, polyester. Options C, silk. Or options D, nylon. The right answer is options A, that is polyglycolic acid. Okay. Here is that classification of that suture material. Suture material is first of all classified into two types. First is that reabsorbable suture materials, and second is non-reabsorbable suture materials on the basis of their absorptions by that body. Okay. And among on this, they are also further divided as a natural and then synthetic. Okay. Here's an example of that natural reabsorbable suture materials, that is a catgut. If we see that catgut is a monofilament, and it is absorbed by enzymatic digestions. And we can also found there's two type of catgut, is plain catgut and chromic catgut. If we compare the stain of this plain catgut and chromic catgut, that chromic catgut is more stained, having more stain as compared to the plain catgut. And a chromic catgut take about 3 to 5 days in oral cavity for absorbs, while plain catgut will absorb in oral cavity in 2 to 4 days, while other than oral cavity, plain catgut take 5 to 7 days for absorptions, while chromic catgut take 9 to 14 days for absorptions. Okay. And second group is that a synthetic reabsorbable suture material, which is actually multifilament, and it's only absorbed by hydrolysis. Example of this synthetic reabsorbable suture material is polyglactin, that is Vicryl, polyglycolate, polyglycolic acid, Daxone, polydisonone, that is PDS, which is monofilament. Okay. And other suture is that non-reabsorbable suture materials, which is also that natural and synthetic. Natural non-reabsorbable suture materials include silk, which is braided and multifilament, and synthetic non-reabsorbable suture materials is polyamide, which is nylon, ethicone, and neurolon. Polyesters like mercilane and ethibond, polypropylene like prolene. Okay. Here is that table. In this table, according to that layer, that is a body tissue layer, and which suture material will be used, and what type of suture pattern will be used will be discussed. Okay. In case of for that suturing peritoneum layer, we will mostly used absorbable suture materials, that's chromic catgut. And if we talk about that suture pattern, then continuous suture pattern will be used. Okay. Similarly, in case of inner muscle layer and outer muscle layer and fascia, same thing applied as above. But in case of skin, we mostly use non-absorbable suture material like silk, nylon, steel wire, and the suture pattern is that interrupted, lock stitch, horizontal mattress, extra. Okay. Questions number 4. Equithecin anesthesia is preferred in options A, cattle, options B, pig, option C, dog, or options D, horse. The right answer is options D, that is horse. Okay. The term equithecin itself implies there is a EQ. EQ means horse. Okay. It's actually that the trade name or a brand name of that combination of different type of anesthetic agents, like it's include chloral hydrate, magnesium sulfate, and pentobarbital sodium. Okay. Since chloral hydrate act as a sedative, and while magnesium sulfate is used because it help it that induce that induction process, and also well that prolong the duration of anesthesia, while pentobarbital sodium is itself sedative hypnotic. Okay. Uh, Questions number 5. Following burn, curling ulcer occurring. Options A, duodenum. Options B, esophagus. Option C, large intestine. Or options D, oropharynx. The right answer is options A, that is duodenum. Okay. Uh, Following burn, if we see that in a duodenum, a curling ulcer will be seen there. Okay. This curling ulcer is actually that acute gastric that erosion, which is mainly due to that because of due to the severe burn, when it lead to that reduces that plasma volume, and which lead to that ischemia and cell necrosis, and which lead to sludging of this gastric mucosa and give the appearance as like a curling. Okay, so it's that curling ulcer. Okay. Questions number 6. Amputation of horn in goat is done by blocking nerves. Options A, corneal branch of lacrimal. Options B, supratrochlear nerve. Option C, both A and B. Or options D, none of the above. The right answer is options C, that is both A and B. Okay. In order to do that amputation of the horn in case of goat, we need to block both nerve, that is corneal branch of lacrimal nerve and supratrochlear nerve. Okay. On the right side, we see there's a picture of the head of the that cattle, showing the passes of that the different nerves. Okay. Here we talk about head nerves block and their indication in for what time or for what condition we have to block this kind of nerve. Okay. For the removal of that foreign bodies, or for that management of laceration or cut, or that ranula is like that retention cyst occurs in that mouth area. Okay. We have to that block lingual nerve block in case of cattle and buffalo, and similarly for the management of surgical condition like moral teeth and incisor, and also that the mandible in a larger body, we have to block mandibular alveolar nerve block. Okay. In order to do that suture of the wound of that lower lips, and for that doing that wiring operations around the lower teeth area, and also the body of the mandible, we have to block mental nerve block. Okay. And for the removal of polyps is nothing, is just that projecting growth of the tissue from the surface in the body, usually a mucous membrane. Okay. And for that extraction of the teeth, or for a trepanning of the facial sinuses, we have to block infraorbital nerve block. Okay. For the operation above the upper eyelid, or for the suturing of the wound in that forehead regions, and for the trepanning of the frontal sinus, we have to block supraorbital nerve block. Okay. Similarly, for the surgical management of the condition of the upper lips and nose area and upper jaw, we have to block maxillary nerve block. To desensitize the horn, we have to block corneal nerve block. Okay. To relieve the spasm of the eyelid following an eye injury, or for eye examinations, we have to block auriculopalpebral nerve block. Okay. For the surgical management of condition of eyeball, and for membrane nictine, we have to block retrobulbar nerve block. Okay. And for the surgical management of the condition of eyeball, eyelid, and horn, we have to block Peterson's orbital nerve block. Okay. Questions number 7. The common undesirable cardiopulmonary effect of acepromazine is options A, hypotension, options B, hypertension, option C, respiratory arrest, or options D, none. The right answer is options A, that is a hypotension. Okay. The common undesirable cardiopulmonary effect of acepromazine is hypotension. Acepromazine is nothing, is just a phenothiazine groups. It's actually a sedative and tranquilizers. It is used in case of as a pre-anesthetics, and also as a chemical restraint conditions in dog and cat. And while using this acepromazine, following that side effect will be seen, like lethargy, weakness, low blood pressure, increased heart rate, confusion, aggression, hyperactivity, and chewing. Okay. Questions number 8. Halothane vapor produce stage 3 plain anesthesia in dog in concentration. Options A 2 to 4 percentage, options B 5 to 6 percentage, option C 7 to 10 percentage, or options D 10 to 12 percentage. The right answer is options A, that is 2 to 4 uh, percentage. Okay. Uh, Halothane vapor produce stage 3 plain anesthesia in that 2 to 4 concentration. Okay. Halothane is that volatile liquid inhalation anesthetics. Okay. And for that inductions, in case of all species, we have to need 2 to 4 percentage concentration of this halothane, while as a maintenance dose in a small animal is 0.5 to 1.5%, while in case of large animal is 1 to 2%. Okay. Questions number 9. Abscess involving sebaceous gland is options A acne, options B carbuncle, option C furuncle, options D boil. The right answer is options A, that is acne. Okay. uh, that acne is that inflammation of that sebaceous gland and also the hair follicle. It's mainly affect dog and horses, while boil, which is also known as eczema or furuncle, it's like that skin is appears as like a vesicles just at the surface of the boiling water, and it's called itching. While carbuncle is nothing is that the cluster of this boil that form a connected area of infected under the skin. Similarly, excoriation of the skin. Excoriation means like that removing of the layer of the skin. Okay. It's a problem which is mainly seen in case of young horses, where that epidermis of these horses become soft and easily rubbed out and removed after a movement of the saddle, and leading to that exposure of this dermis, and we can also find that serous discharge from it. Okay. While gull is that painful swelling, inflammatory swelling of the skin, and also there is a that subcutaneous tissue also swell due to that infiltration with the serum, and there is also exudate, and because it is occurred due to that constant pressure, movement, and irritation of the yoke and saddles. It's also seen in horses. Okay. Sit fast is nothing is just a dry gangrene conditions which is occur because of that the arrest of the blood supply, because of the pressure of that collar on the neck regions, which lead to that arrest of this blood supply, and the formation of the dry gangrene. Okay. Which is known as sit fast. Mud fever is that papular form of dermatitis, but there is no any pus in it. Okay. Herpes zoster is also a term of the there is a formation of vesicles, which is associated with there is a redness, erythema, and there's a also of that sensory nerves also there is a presence. Okay. Callositis or horny indurations, like due to repeated injury on the hard ground, such type of the indurations will be occur. Okay. Grease means like a chronic exudative hypertrophic, there is a dermatitis, which is mainly seen in the lower part of limb in case of horses. Okay. Questions number 10. Best focal film distance is about options A 70 to 80 centimeter, options B 90 to 100 centimeter, option C 110 to 120 centimeter, or options D 1000 to 1100 centimeter. The right answer is options B, that is 90 to 100 centimeter. Best focal film distance is 90 to 100 centimeter. Okay. Questions number 11. What kind of cyst is ranula? Options A retention cyst, options B exudative cyst, option C congenital cyst, or options D dermoid cyst. The right answer is options A, that is retention cyst. Okay. Ranula is actually a retention cyst. That is, it's a non-cancerous conditions which is mainly seen in case of that oropharynx. Okay. Where we can found there's a sac which is filled with a fluid or semi-solid material, and it is start because of that blockade of that mucus gland. Okay. So it is known as retention cyst. Okay. While a cyst that resulting from a distension of the closed cavity such as bursa by an excessive secretion of its normal fluid content. Okay. Similarly, if we talk about a congenital cyst is nothing is that abnormal fluid filled sac or structure which is developed in that animal or a person's body, but which is present before birth. Then such type of cyst is known as congenital cyst. Well, dermoid cyst is nothing, is just a growth of normal tissue normal tissues growth, which is enclosed in a pocket of cells called a sac. Okay, that is known as dermoid. Dermoid cyst is like a growth of normal tissue. Okay, and here's a note which is talk about dentigerous cyst. The term itself imply which is related to the tooth. Okay, dentigerous cyst is more common in case of horses. Okay, if we talk about dentigerous cyst, is also known as follicular cyst too. Uh, uh, in this case, a cyst will develop, which is outermost lined by epithelial cells. Okay, and the cyst inside the cyst there's accumulation of the fluid, and that's this mainly located between that reduced enamel epithelium layer and the crown of that unrepted tooth. So it is related to the tooth. It's mainly found in case of horse. Okay. Questions number 12. Okay. History of prolonged lateral recumbency followed by dropped elbow flexions or fetlock in a cow suggest paralysis of options A suprascapular nerve, options B radial nerve, option C ulnar nerve, or options D median nerve. The right answer is options B, that is a radial nerve. Okay, radial nerve paralysis. If you see that radial nerve paralysis, in this case, there's a animal will be having a lateral recumbency. We can found there's a drop elbow too, and that partially flexed fetlock. Okay, while in that cattle with suprascapular nerve paralysis, that abduct the soldier when placing weight on the affected side, and also may circumduct when advancing the limbs. Okay. Questions number 13. Factor affecting the scattered radiations are KBP, field size, and options A. Contrast agent used, options B. Body thickness, option C. Species of animal, or options D. None of the above. The right answer is options B, that is body thickness. Okay. The X-ray scatters depend on several physical factors like body thickness. When there's an increase of the body thickness, X-ray scattered also increase. Okay. Similarly, voltage, that is kVp. That X-ray scatters also increase with increased kVp. Okay. Air gap, that X-ray scatter will decreases with increased air gap, while anti-scatter grid. Okay, it is itself imply that anti-scatter grid. So if we use that anti-scatter grids, then X-ray scatter will be decreases. Okay. Questions number 14. Star plion is the protrusion of options A desiccated membrane, options B anus, option C pupil, options D choroid membrane. The right answer is options B, that is anus. Okay. Star plion is the protrusion of anus. Here we talk about different type of membrane protrusions like lamillipodia. Lamillipodia is actually a flat broad protrusions which is actually formed at the leading edges of motile cells such as like neuron and immune cells. Similarly, Philopodia is actually thin as compared to Lamellipodia, and its needle-like projection, and it's also extend from the leading edges of some migrating cells and also help to them probe the environment. Okay. Bleb itself imply there is a fill with of like something fluid. Okay. Bleb is like a spherical membrane projection. It is occurred due to that increases that internal hydrostatic pressure in the cells such as let's say fibroblast and immune cells. Okay. While in cancer cell we also see special types of protrusions that is known as invadopodia, which mainly characterize this type of protrusions characterized by there is a presence of enriched with matrix proteinases enzymes that allow the invasive cancer cells to degrade the ECM barrier and spread to other part of the body. Okay. Questions number 15. Thick and inspissated pus granules in the guttural pouch is known as options A chondroid, options B emphysema, option C tympanitis, options D empyema. The right answer is options A, that is a chondroid. Okay. Thick and insipid pus granule which is present in a guttural pouch is known as chondroid. If we see that chondroids are from stone of pus. Okay. While emphysema name itself imply that it's a air-filled enlargement in the body tissue. Tympanitis is also there's a swelling of the abdomen either with that air or gas. Okay. Pyema term itself implied with pus. Okay. Collection or gathering of a pus within naturally existing anatomical cavity. Okay. Questions number 16. Sloshed tonometer record? Options A, intraocular pressure. Options B, intracranial pressure. Option C, intrathoracic pressure. Or options D, intra-abdominal pressure. The right answer is option A, that is intraocular pressure. Okay. Sloshed tonometer records intraocular pressure. If we talk about intraocular pressure is the pressure because of the fluid which is present inside the eye. Okay, intraocular pressure is an important aspect in the evaluation of a patient at risk of glaucoma or not. Okay, while intracranial pressure, if we talk about intracranial pressure, is nothing, is a pressure which is exerted by the fluid like CSF, like cerebrospinal fluid, which is present inside the skull and is on the that brain tissue. Okay, this intracranial pressure is measured in of mercury. The most definite way of measuring this intracranial pressure is with using that transducer which is placed within that brain. Okay, similarly we talk about intrathoracic pressure, which is also known as intrapleural pressure, is the pressure that existing in the pleural cavity, and that is in between the visceral and that parietal layer of pleura. And this intrathoracic that pressure is always negative because it helps to prevent the lungs from collapsing. Okay, similarly if we talk about intra-abdominal pressure, it's a pressure which is inside this abdominal compartment. If we talk about that normal intra-abdominal pressure, it's range from 0 to 5 mmHg. Okay, questions number 17. Dental fistula in dog is observed at level of options A, fourth upper molar, options B, third upper molar, option C, third, fourth, and fifth lower molar, or options D, fifth lower molar. The right answer is options A, that is a fourth upper molar. Okay, dental fistula in dog is observed at the level of fourth upper molar. Okay, uh, as that periodontal diseases progresses, like the disease of tooth, this periodontal tissues will be eroded away and get lost. With enough that erosion, this periodontal tissue become that weakened and completely eroded away, and that form of fistula which connected the oral cavity and the nasal passageway. Okay, questions number 18. In upward fixation of a patella in bovine, sectioning of the following is done. Options A, middle ligament. Options B, lateral ligament. Option C, medial ligament. Or options D, volar ligament. The right answer is option C, that is a medial ligament. Okay. In upward fixation of a patella in case of bovine, medial ligament sectioning is done. Okay. Intermittent upward fixation of patella occur when this medial ligament, patellar ligament, remain hooked over the medial cochlear ridge of the femur and lock the reciprocal apparatus with the limb in extension. So, in order to that prevent the animal from this patellar fixation, we have to sectioning this medial ligament. Okay. Questions number 19. Which of the following type of tumor is usually more radiosensitive? Options A, osteosarcoma. Options B, carcinoma of kidney. Options C, epithelial carcinoma. Or options D, lymphosarcoma. The right answer is options D, that is lymphosarcoma. Okay, most radiosensitive tumor is lymphosarcoma. Okay, here's the most radiosensitive tumors like that: small cells lung cancers and germ cells tumors, lymphoma, leukemia, multiple myeloma. Okay, similarly, moderately sensitive this radiosensitive tumors includes breast tumors. Similarly, colorectal cancers, non-small cells lungs cancers comes under moderately resistance radiosensitive tumor. Okay, while that malignant melanoma, renal cells carcinoma, thyroid cancer, sarcoma, and adenocarcinoma comes under highly resistance that radiosensitive tumors. Okay. If we talk about tissue, then embryonic cells are more radiosensitive, followed by lymphocytes, erythrocytes, sperm, epithelial cells, endothelial cells, connective tissue cells, bones, nerve cells, brain cells, and muscle cells is the least radiosensitive tissue in the body. Okay. Questions number 20. Among the following treatment scheme, which one will be optimum for a radiotherapy of a deep-seated tumor? Options A, single field arrangement. Options B, two opposed sandwich field arrangement. Options C, two pair of opposed field arrangement. Or options D, crossfire arrangement. The right answer is option C. That is two pair of opposed field arrangement is actually used for radiotherapy of a deep-seated tumor. Okay. If we talk about a radiotherapy technique, then we found there's a three type of technique, like single field arrangement, and second is like a two radiation field irradiated from opposite directions, and third is multiple field technique. Okay. In a single field arrangement, in this type of arrangement will be seen the radiotherapy of a bone metastasis in the spine. For example, a patient is radiated from that deep back only using a single field, that is dorsal stationary field only. Okay. Similarly, two radiations field irradiated from opposite direction. The typical example is that radiation therapy of the cranium with lateral opposing field for brain metastasis, where one field is irradiated from the left hand side, another field is irradiated from the right hand side. Okay. Similarly, multiple field technique is actually used with three or more field are employed often. With this technique, movable gantry is moved to a new position after every field. In this way, that radiation exposure in the incident area can be reduces, but the targeted dose volumes is will be fulfilled. Okay, because of that additional this field. Okay. Questions are number 21st. Unit of radiation dose in RAM is calculated by multiplying relative biological effectiveness of particular radiation to dose of radiation in options A, Roentgen, options B, RAD, option C, Curie, options D, none. The right answer is options B, that is RAD, RADs. Okay. Unit of radiation dose in RAM is calculated by multiplying relative biological effectiveness of particular radiation to dose of radiation in RAM. Okay. This Roentgen equivalent MAN, that is RAM, is a CGS unit of equivalent doses, effective doses, and committed doses. This quantity are derived from that absorbed dose, which is in the CGS system, which has a unit as RAD. Okay. Questions are number 22. Among the following commonly used mode of scan in modern diagnostic ultrasound machine is options A mode of scan, options B mode of scan, option C, M mode of scan, or options D, none. The right answer is options B, that is B mode of scan. Okay, B mode stands for like brightness mode of scan. Is a two-dimensional ultrasound image in which that organ and the tissue of the interest are dissipated as point of variable brightness. Okay. Similarly, A mode of ultrasound scan is the simplest type of ultrasound in which a single transducer is scanned a line through the body with the echo plotted on a screen as a function of a depth, aim at a specific tumor or calculus to allow for pinpoint accurate focus of the destructive wave energy. Similarly, M mode stands for that motion of ultrasound scan, used to obtain the informations on different moving structure within a body. D mode is like Doppler mode of ultrasound scan, used to visualize the blood flow. Okay. Questions are number 23. Computerized tomographic value of water is options A 20 to 25, options B minus 100, option C 100, options D 0. The right answer is options D, that is 0. Okay. Computerized tomographic value for water is 0. Okay. The CT number for water is defined as the density which is assigned to the voxel CT scan on an arbitrary scale on which the value is set at 0. Okay. CT scan is nothing is a diagnostic imaging producer that use the combination of this X-ray and also that computer technology to produce the image of the inside of the body. CT scan work on a principle, a fundamental principle that the density of the tissue passed by the X-ray beam can be measured from the calculation of the attenuation coefficients. Okay. Questions number 25. Electrocardiographic monitoring provide information about the heart. Options A, coronary arteries. Options B, force of contraction. Option C, electrical activity, or options D, cardiac output. The right answer is options C, that is electrical activities. Okay. Electrocardiographic monitoring provide informations about the heart electrical activity. Along with this electrical activity, it also provide informations about the position of the heart as well as the relative size of the heart chambers. Okay, and after this cardiac impulse leave the SA node, which is the normal physiological pacemaker, that it depolarize the all the aorta and forming the P wave. Okay, and it goes to AV node. Okay, and and then the depolarization of ventricle results, which leads to the formation of QRX complex. So this QRX complex interval measure the total ventricular depolation time. Okay, if in the normal ECG, if there is a delay in that conduction at AV node, it is maybe due to that there's a no electrical activities on the body surface. Okay, and if we are going to do that the ECG of a dog, so we have to place that the dog in right side recumbency. Okay, uh, here are some conditions which is related and which is along with this relation of this ECG. Okay, in in that fresh myocardial infractions, ECG will show there is a ST elevations and a T wave lead to inversion. Okay, in hypokalemia conditions, there's a decrease in potassium content. ECG show there's a decreased height of T wave and there's a presence of another wave, that is U wave. Okay, in arterial fibrillation condition, we will see that ECG there is no P wave will be formed. Okay, in pulmonic stenosis, in that condition, we will see there's a negative QRS complex. Okay, in the second degree AV block ECG, so there's a complete absence of that QRS and T wave. Okay, left ventricular enlargement, so there's a prolonged QRS complex. Okay, electrocardiogram for detection of cardiac hypertrophy in large animal is less reliable because in case of large animal, Purkinje fibers penetrate much deep in large animal. Okay, in case of patients that taking digitalis drugs, that ECG show that downward deflection of ST and there's a prolonged PR wave. Okay, questions number 25. Avulsion of tuber sky can be treated successfully by option C, closed intramedullary pinning, options B, open method of intramedullary pinning, option C, bone plating, options D, none. The right answer is options A, that is a closed intramedullary pinning. Okay, avulsion of this tuber sky can be treated successfully by closed intramedullary pinning. Okay, if we talk about closed intramedullary pinning, in this method there is a use of Kirschner wire. This Kirschner wire is inserted percutaneously through the metatarsopharyngeal joint to the metatarsal head, and also or from the base of the proximal phalanx to the metatarsal head, and then is that advanced to the medullary canal of the metatarsal shaft to achieve reduction. Okay, questions number 26. Lead second measure the differences of electrical potential between options A, left foreleg and left rear leg, options B, right foreleg and left foreleg, option C, right rear leg and left foreleg, or options D, left rear leg and right foreleg. The right answer is options D, that is left rear leg and right foreleg. Okay, lead second actually measure the differences of electrical potential of the left rear leg and the right foreleg, while lead one measure the differences of electrical potentials between right foreleg and the left foreleg. Okay, here is a note that increase in amplitude of this lead one and lead two R wave may result from mitral aortic insufficiency. Questions number 27. Hematome is options A, abrasions wound, options B, corrosion wounds, option C, punctured wound, or options D, avulsion wound. The right answer is options B, that is corrosions wound. Okay, hematome is corrosions wound. If we talk about wound, wound is nothing, is a disruption in the skin and underlying tissue. Here's the classification of wound on the basis to extent of injury, that wounds is like abrasions wounds, contusions wounds like first degree, second degree and third degree contusions, lacerated wounds, penetrating wounds, avulsions wounds, punctures wounds, gunshots wounds, poisonous wounds, bite wounds, virulent wounds, granulating wounds, ulcerative wounds, and maggot wounds. Okay, similarly on the basis of there's exposure times, there's three types of wound, like clean wounds have that the 0 hour that exposure, and it's actually that surgical wounds or incised wound, while contaminated wound, that wound which have that less than 6 to 8 hour exposure, while infected wound has that open wound which has the more than 6 to 8 hour exposure. Okay, questions number 28. Poor electrode contact can cause? Option C, wandering baseline. Options B, intermittent loss of signal. Option C, both A and B, or options D, none. The right answer is option C, that is both A and B. Okay. Poor electrode contact can cause both wandering baselines and intermittent loss of signal. Okay. Uh, Capturing that electrical activity of the heart via this electrode is actually impacted by the fact that the skin is actually the poor conductor of electricity, because that, for example, here prevent the electrode contact. Also, dead skin does not contact well, and if we apply that oil, lotions and gel, that also leave a film, so which also prevent the better contact of this electrode. Okay. Questions number 29. The most important aspect of the pre-surgical patient's evaluation is options A, physical form, options B, biochemical form, option C, hemograph, or options D, none. The right answer is options A, which is that physical form. Okay. The most important aspect of the pre-surgical patient's evaluation is physical form. Okay. 30. The most versatile crystalloid solutions which is used in hypovolemia is option C, dextrose, options B, normal saline, option C, ringer lactate, options D, ringer solution. The right answer is option C, that is the ringer lactate. Okay. Uh, Hypovolemia is a condition that occur when body loses fluid like blood or water, and it is mainly characterized by like symptoms like there's a weakness, fatigue, and dizziness. Okay, for the treatment of this hypovolemia, either we can do that blood transfusions, or there's a transfusion of like crystalloid solutions, like crystalloid solutions like include like that is a saline, dextrose, or there's a ringer lactate solutions. The ringer lactate solution is the best one. Okay. Or the transfusion of this colloid. Okay. Colloid like albumin, hetastarch, extra. Okay, this much for today. I will come back with that second video part 2 very soon.